So what I've been doing is squaring my blocks, and I have those top 3 rows done. I was doing them to about 9 1/4 till I came across one of the hourglasses that was only 9 inches. I had to go back, square them all up to the 9 inches. So I've got 3 more rows to go. And regarding these 2 over here, you know, if you do the math in making this, it just doesn't work out. Because 11 darks and 11 lights that make the hourglass blocks makes 22 blocks. That's 11 and 11. If you do 10 and 10, which is what I had to do the 4 patches, that only makes 20 blocks. So there's no way to get exactly 21 blocks, even though 21 and 21 is 42. It still doesn't work. So I'm not quite sure how Jenny did this, and I haven't looked back at any video to figure that out. But what I've done is I've ordered a charm pack. All I need is 1 more 4 patch. So I ordered a charm pack, and I'll make a 4 patch over there. So that's my solution. I'll have a lot of squares on that charm pack left over to do something pretty. So, oh, and I got my fabric today for my borders. I was just thinking in my head when I was pausing that I could maybe use them to make a small border. But this is going to be the first border, and that's the green, and the dark purple will be the outer border. So I did kind of have a lot of the darks along the outside edge. So I think the green is going to show up, you know, very nicely as the first border on this. So there we go. Got to finish squaring up those blocks. And squaring up these blocks to 9 inches, I do have a, 12.5 inch square. And it has this nice diagonal line right through the middle of it. And of course, half of 9 is 4.5. So we've got dotted lines right here, as well as across. So this cross section right here at the 4.5 inch needs to be right at the middle. And the diagonal, as much on the diagonal as we can. So I first trim this side and the top, and then I turn it at 160 degrees so I can trim the other side and the top to the 9 inches. So then I'll show you on the 4 patch. On the 4 patch, we're using just that 4.5 inch marker vertically and horizontally to be right in the center where the blocks are joined, and lining up that full line as much as possible right on the seams. So you can see how much will be trimmed off here and there. And when I turn it 160 degrees, that much will be trimmed off the other 2 edges. So it'll be squared to the 9 inches. This is the second cut, which means that these 2 sides that have been cut should line up right on the 9 inch line, which they do. So now I'll trim off that and a little bit off the top.